Alaskans are looking for collaboration from the agencies that have such significant impact on our state. We are clearly ready to partner with the EPA to continue what we believe is a proud record of resource production and environmental protection. But unfortunately, rather than collaboration, we've been on the receiving end of what we believe to be a regulatory onslaught that threatens our economy and in certain cases, our way of life. And I think that this budget proposal is no exception to that. Last year, when Deputy Administrator Purchase Seppi appeared before the subcommittee, we discussed the fact that for several years running, I've heard more complaints from Alaskans about the EPA than any other agency out there, and that trend is still continuing. I'm sure that this is the case for other colleagues as well. The sheer number of proposed rulemakings, coupled with the cost of compliance with the vast array of regulations already on the books, and what at times are the unreasonable consequences of their enforcement, is very, very frustrating to Alaskans and around the country. I could spend my entire time here talking about the many existing and proposed EPA regs that profoundly affect the livelihood of our families and our businesses, but one of the most troubling is the recent development with the EPA's proposal to change its application of the definition of waters of the United States under the Clean Water Act. EPA claims that this would clarify the law, but in reality it promises to drastically broaden EPA's reach. I have described this as a potential showstopper for new development in Alaska. Roughly two-thirds of our state is already considered wetlands, and this rule could dramatically expand the lands subject to regulation. So it's not hard to see it as a continuation of this administration's unofficial policy of what I have described, protecting Alaska from Alaskans. But in this case, when it comes to this particular rule, I would suggest that it also has very serious impacts across the rest of the country as well. I would also note my concerns with rules that are proposed or expected for new and existing power plants, methane emissions, hydraulic fracking, among others. I'm concerned that EPA continues to regulate without appropriate coordination with other agencies and impacted industry. I think that this agency, above others, could jeopardize the affordability and reliability of our energy supply. If we're not careful, I think its rules could cost jobs and force us to forego opportunities to create new ones. It is not an overstatement to say that recent actions taken by EPA would fundamentally change our economy and the lives of the people we are here to represent. And so for this reason, it's all the more critical that we here in Congress diligently exercise our oversight role. I do look forward to our discussion during the hearing, and again, thank you for your willingness to serve.